Hey guys, welcome back to California Cooking. We have a great show lined up for you today. I'm chatting with Chef Zach Pollack. We are talking all things Neapolitan pizza, his gourmet mozzarella sticks, meatballs, and more. Then I had a bunch of leftover rice in the refrigerator, so I thought, what can I do with that? I came up with an idea for an Asian-style beef bowl. And Steve Kuzj takes us to one of his favorite barbecue spots in the Valley. First up, we sit down with Chef Zach Pollack, who has a refined Italian restaurant named Alimento in Silver Lake, but he decided he wanted to open up a pizza joint with really delicious pizza. Take a look. I am here with Chef Zach Pollack. How are you?
I'm great, how are you?
Good. At your pizza joint, that'd be fair to call it a pizza joint?
Definitely a pizza joint, yeah.
Cosa Buona.
Cosa Buona, perfect, yeah.
Really? And that means?
It means good thing in Italian.
I think this shop is so cool because it's so full of light, windows all around, and you're kind of like a fish in a fishbowl. You're looking out at the world happening around you.
Yeah. Or are we a spectator looking out into the fishbowl of the world? I don't know.
Could go either way. What is your passion regarding pizza? Where does this come from?
I was studying art and architecture at college, and I did a semester abroad in Florence and really found myself gravitating to the markets and the restaurants. It's not just food, it's the way of life around food and wine,
yes.
You know? I didn't really learn pizza over there. I learned what kind of pizza I liked and what were the characteristics in that I wanted to replicate here at home. I think what we're trying to do here is kind of bring a lot of the nostalgic flavors that Americans are used to with pizza. So, like pepperoni, mushroom, sausage, like traditional pizzas. Traditional, I should say, Italian-American pizzas, but doing them with kind of like a respect for the Italian tradition of like Neapolitan pizza, and also all of the lessons we've learned over the years about bread baking, because we make all our bread. You
always hear about San Marzano tomatoes, that's the tomato of choice. You choose something different?
Yes, you've done your research. So we use the Bianco di Napoli tomatoes. I love the San Marzano tomatoes, but they're a little bit more acidic, so for like if we were doing traditional Neapolitan pies and like sparsely topped with fresh mozzarella, then that might jive better. But for the kind of flavors that we want a bit more of a sweeter tomato that's a little more concentrated. So the Bianco di Napoli tomatoes work very well for that.
I heard that you got a really cool pizza oven for this place.
We do, yeah. It's a Stefano Ferrara Neapolitan oven, all wood burning, no gas.
What are some of the things that you really love on the menu here?
I love the mozzarella sticks.
Oh.
Okay, so like I said, the pepperoni pizza, also our ranch, because
you won't frown upon the request for ranch dressing with your pizza.
I mean, we go out of our way to make a really
That's awesome. Okay.
Great ranch, yeah.
Okay. Wings are so good, but your wings are triple fried.
I can't tell you that.
I read it.
There's something special about
No, the word is out. People know.
It's actually not triple fried, but it's kind of close to that.
And then the wing sauce?
Wing sauce is very special. The heat comes from Calabrian chilies, butter like in any classic wing sauce. We actually put a little bit of fish sauce in there.
Really?
You wouldn't even know. Yeah. The stepmother, which is a sandwich that we have, it's like our Italian, it's like the Bay City's godmother, but I have my parents were married and divorced between them 7 times, so I had stepmothers growing up. It's possibly the thing I crave the most, actually.
The great meatball debate, actually, my producer said, I'm not trying to compare my meatballs to yours.
Maybe they're really good.
All. That would just be foolish.
I wish you brought some meatballs.
That would just be, no. But my husband happens to enjoy mine, but I told you that he doesn't eat pork, so I don't put pork in my meatballs, which you said is...
Definitely, you have a handicap.
I do.
I have a leg up.
I know. Your business is booming when it comes to delivery too.
The dishes themselves, the menu itself was reverse engineered to be, delicious, whether it's served to you 10 seconds after it comes out of the oven or an hour after,
Wow.
We have our, it's like a low moisture mozzarella that we get from the East Coast. We batter and then breadcrumb it. And now we're gonna fry in here. All right, so we're going for like a little golden brown and delicious.
Yeah.
You don't want to let it go too long, or otherwise the cheese inside goes molten and can leak out.
Okay.
But too short, and then you have a stiff cheese, and that's no bueno, of course.
They are perfectly golden.
Finish with a little bit of chopped parsley, a little
Okay.
Parmesan,
Nice.
and voila.
My gosh.
Do you want to dig in?
Yeah.
And if you want to go with ranch, we can always do that.
Your famous ranch dressing?
Our famous ranch dressing.
Okay.
There it is, the cheese pull.
Yes. Yes.
Keep going. Oh,
okay, not bad.
bad.
I'm gonna do the marinara first.
I think that's a good choice.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good?
that is awesome.
Yeah.
The cheese is smoky.
Uh-huh.
The breading is crispy. Now we have to try ranch. Oh man.
There it is.
Oh my god.
Right?
It's really, really good. What do you do? It's secret.
Labneh is the base, I'll give you that.
Labneh? Yeah.
Labneh, like the Spain
Right.
yogurt? Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Should we make meatballs, or should we
Let's do meatballs,
Okay.
but we can't let this go unattended.
No.
No.
So,
What goes in
in the meatballs? Mix beef and pork, a little bit of bacon in them, a lot of onion, bread, cubes soaked in milk,
Yes.
a bunch of Parmesan Reggiano.
Okay.
It's finding the balance of like flavor and texture. You're getting
Yeah.
as much flavor from the meat and the cheese as you can get without sacrificing any texture. Serve them with a big slab of focaccia
Oh my
and
gosh.
a little burrata on the side. So we get a little bit of olive oil on the grill here. Press it down for contact. A little more olive oil
yeah.
on top. All right, so now we flip our nice little focaccia
Oh,
here.
Perfectly
Golden
golden.
brown and delicious. All right, so that's pretty much ready to go. We're gonna plate our meatballs here. So first we'll go.
It's interesting. You're always kind of adjusting the sauce.
Yeah, totally.
Which is interesting. Yeah.
Because it's going to change over time, you know,
Right.
as you add oil, as water boils out of it, and you want a nice like emulsion.
Oh my god.
And our burrata, there you go.
And well, you wouldn't say voila in Italian.
Ecco, I don't know. All right, meatballs.
So how do I eat it? What's the?
It's DIY. Make your own meatball,
okay.
whatever you want.
I'm gonna first try the meatball. Tender,
Yeah, good.
and it's got a little kick.
Right.
A little spice.
Little heat.
Garlic. It's delicious. And what's good is it's browned on the outside.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. We fry them first.
It's not pretty, but it needs to be done.
You got to just unlock your jaw.
I
And
feel
the hot and the cold with the burrata and the meatballs, right?
It's really good. Chef, amazing food.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Oh, Chef Zach has so many delicious things on the menu. The focaccia bread, those mozzarella sticks, the meatballs, excellent. For Zach's meatball recipe, go to ktla.com. Coming up, Steve Kuzj takes us to a family-run barbecue joint, serving up chicken, ribs, tri-tip, and more. And then, does Levi like it? I make for him a creamy Parmesan pasta. What's not to like about that? But first, I'm taking leftover white rice and putting together an Asian-inspired beef bowl. That's coming up. Now for my Asian-inspired beef bowl. I had some leftover white rice, some veggies in the fridge, and I threw it all together in about 15 minutes or less. Great weeknight meal. Take a look. All the rage lately are those places that are like the poke bowl, and you go for lunch and you get the rice and all the fixings. So I'm gonna make one at home, and instead of fish, which normally is what I would use, and I've actually done this when I have leftover salmon. Today I happen to have a lot of leftover white rice. I'm gonna do a garlic beef bowl instead, and it's super easy to throw together. It's a great lunch when you have leftovers the night before. It's kind of weird because my husband loves anything in a bowl. There's things that most of us would eat on a plate for dinner, and he says, I'd like it in a bowl. Okay. So this fits the bill because it is in a bowl. I'm taking a shallot, and what I'm gonna do for a yummy topping, and it really takes no time, you just kind of leave it on the burner back here, is you cut shallots into little rings, and I'm gonna make crispy fried onions as a topping on our bowl. We have this beautiful ribeye, 1 pound. Normally, this couldn't feed 4 people, but the way we're gonna do it with our rice bowl, easily would this serve 4 people. So I'm gonna cut it almost like you're doing a stir fry. Ooh, our shallots are all nice and crispy. So I'm gonna just put them on a paper towel to drain. And in the time it took me to cut the steak, these fried up. And these would be a crunchy, nice little topping on our rice bowl, our garlic beef bowl. Okay, now to our beef. I know that maybe butter wouldn't necessarily be the fat of choice. Maybe people would use a coconut oil or a peanut oil. I'm gonna do some butter for our steak. And then in the butter, this steak's gonna cook really quickly. I'm gonna add ginger and garlic. Okay, our butter is nice and hot. I'm gonna throw our pieces of steak in that I've cut into large bite-sized slices. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, but not too much because I am gonna put some soy sauce. Just a little bit of salt. And then as that cooks, I'm gonna put a big fat clove of garlic. I'm gonna grate some ginger. Ginger is so fragrant and beautiful. You don't wanna burn your garlic, so just watch that. Okay. Look at the brown. Ooh, that's good. That's some nice browning. And these are almost done. You don't want to cook them too much. Want a little pink in the middle there. Beautiful. Off the heat, done. Okay, our beef is cooked. This is such a quick dish. I have my leftover rice from last night. I made way too much, which I tend to do. We'll fill our bowl. And, you know, you could make rice, but I had a lot left over, which is how this recipe came to be in the first place. What I'm gonna do is take shredded carrots, put those down. When the hot beef hits the raw shredded carrots, they'll wilt and they'll cook enough, so you don't have to bother cooking that. Then we'll put our steak, and it has the ginger and the garlic and the butter. And then you've got to get a spoon to get some of the sauce. You don't want that to go to waste. The butter, the ginger, the garlic. Let it get into the rice. Okay, then some edamame. And just do edamame according to the package. You can microwave it, steam it, and then we're gonna do a little drizzle of soy sauce on top of our beef. We're going to do a little bit of sesame oil. This has a little bit of chili in it too. And sesame oil, you don't need much, but it has this, you know, toasted sesame flavor, and it's an oil, so it has kind of a, I don't know, a depth of flavor that really is delicious. Okay, some avocado. And we'll put a few slices, just like you're going to the poke bowl place. Okay, we've got some avocado. Then I take these are my little Persian cucumber pickles, and I put them in seasoned rice wine vinegar, and they create this tangy, luscious little pickle. And I'm gonna put those on top. A little crunch. That's the thing, you're looking for crunch, you're looking for some fattiness from the butter, some spice from a little sriracha. Little drizzle of sriracha on top, and then my crunchy onions crunch. Need some crunch? Yes. This took no time to prepare. The only thing is you stock your pantry, and that's what I've done over the years is I've started to get the sesame oil, the soy sauce, the sriracha, the rice wine vinegars, and then you have them in your pantry and you just figure out new and different ways to incorporate them. Then, little bit of toasted sesame seeds. I always have these in my fridge, and voila. I think my bowl is too big, but it is So easy and quick. What a great way to make a healthy meal. Spicy from the sriracha. What's so great about this is the rice is the base for all of the flavor, because the beef has the butter and the ginger and the garlic, and the meat is so tender. And then you get the crunch from the crispy shallots and the crunchy cucumber, and the carrots are still raw. And then you get the spice from the sriracha and the sesame oil. It really is. It hits every note. Try it. Such a quick and easy dinner, and I tell you, a little bit of butter makes that beef sing. Coming up, the secret is in their homemade barbecue sauce. Steve Kuzj takes us to Rib Ranch Barbecue. Plus, does Levi like it? I make for him a creamy Parmesan pasta. We'll find out. When Steve Kuzj is in the mood for ribs, he goes to Rib Ranch Barbecue, and the story behind this family-run business is so sweet. Take a look.
Do I have a treat for you today, Jess? Let me tell you, if you're ever in the Valley and you like barbecue, maybe not just like barbecue, if you love barbecue, Woodland Hills Rib Ranch, this is the place to come. If you're coming here, bring an extra pair of socks, because the food is literally so good, it's gonna knock your socks clean off. If you're a sloppy eater like me, it helps to wear a dark shirt, or preferably something barbecue sauce colored. That way it just blends in when you make a mess to yourself later. This baby's gotten me through a lot of trouble, and I'm sure it's gonna get me through some problems today. Let's go in and meet the owner, Mike. Come on. So one of the things I love about the Rib Ranch, Mike, is not just the food, but also the history behind the food.
Well, the restaurant started back in 1970. It was started by identical twins, Bernie and Lenny Kahn. And my father said back in 1972, when I was 17 years old, why don't you go down and see if you can get a job? And I started washing dishes. And in the summer of 1975, they had a couple of picnic tables outside. So they decided to hire their first waitress here. Well, that first waitress, Jerry, became my wife. We've been together for almost 42 years now. So my wife and I bought the restaurant back in 1991. We had 3 daughters together. All 3 of them have worked here, and Nicole's going to take over the restaurant in about a year. And then the nice thing is I've got 7 wonderful grandchildren. The oldest is 8. I really look forward to the time when they can come here and work with their parents and also work with me too.
All right, Mike, so we're in the kitchen. This is where the magic happens. What is it that keeps people coming back to the Rib Ranch?
It's our friendly staff, the history of being a family restaurant, and it's our barbecue sauce. After 50 years almost, we go through about 70 gallons a week. So what we do is we make a base out of it.
You can definitely smell all like the scents and the peppers and the spices in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's intoxicating almost.
Family recipe. You know, I think the only thing that's left is for you to taste some of this stuff.
Well, you guys prepared an absolute smorgasbord for us.
The pork baby back ribs and the chicken were staples. Those were what started the restaurant. I decided to add some things to the menu.
All right, so we got a lot here, Mike. Where do we begin?
You know, I would start with our most favorite item on the menu. That would be our pork baby back rib.
Let's dig in. And so you know it's a good rib when it just falls off of the bone.
It's sweet on the front side, and then after a little while, you get a little kick on the back side. That's how we do it.
I wouldn't mind ribs for dessert. I really would. It's delicious. The first time I ever had beef ribs, I was blown away. I'm like, it's like a pork rib, but as you can see, it's like 5 times the size. You feel like a caveman when you're sitting here and just, oh, it's a terrific flavor. It's like you're almost biting into a burger because it's that big of a bite. Yeah, almost every restaurant in existence, Mike, as you know, has some kind of chicken. Tell me about yours. What sets this apart?
You know, we buy real big, extra plump, juicy chickens, and then we oven roast it for just the right amount of time so it gets nice and moist but not dried out, and add our homemade barbecue sauce. If you like meat, we're a good place to stop by.
Well, I hope that looked as good as it tasted, Jess, because let me tell you, that was absolutely amazing. Rib Ranch Barbecue here in Woodland Hills is awesome. Whether you're just on a date, you're taking the family out, or you gotta feed the whole soccer team, you literally cannot go wrong with Rib Ranch Barbecue. Now it's time for this little piggy to mosey on home. See ya.
Oh, Steve, I love a family-run business, and I cannot wait to check out their ribs. Thanks so much. Okay, does Levi like it? We're gonna make a little creamy Parmesan pasta, but will he like it? Hey, Levi, will you try some pasta? One bite. That wasn't a real bite.
Okay, it is.
What do you think?
Yummy.
Oh, somebody likes it. How'd it taste?
Yummy.
Are you gonna have more?
No,
Why?
because there's the Easter egg. Inside the Easter egg.
All right, bye, Levi.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yay, pasta does it again. If you want the recipe, go to ktla.com. That does it for us. And if you want to hear more of my conversation with Chef Zach Pollack and why he is so obsessed with Neapolitan pizza, check out our California Cooking Podcast. Thanks for being with us. See you next time. Pizza joint called Cosa Buona.
Yeah, that's perfect. So,
First, I'm taking leftover white rice. That Asian-inspired beef bowl, such a quick and easy dinner. And a little bit of butter. Kuzj takes us to Rib Ranch. What is it called?
yeah, Rib Ranch Barbecue.
Yum, Steve, that looks so good. I can't. I can't. Yay, pot. No. Okay.